the president of Zindaa.
I'm Avi and I'm one of the vice presidents on Zindaa.
And I'm Anushka, I'm the other vice president of Zindaa.
So just as a note before we start, there are some steps throughout the piece that we label saying if you're a guy, do this step, if you're a girl, do this step. In reality, you can feel free to do whatever step you're comfortable with.
We're so excited to teach you our tryout piece, so let's begin. You're going to start off facing back. Your legs are going to be about shoulder width apart. Your hands are going to be clasped, and they're going to be right in front of you, and you're going to be looking down. So you don't start dancing until you hear the word Baki, which is the first lyric of the song. So when you hear Baki, you're going to swing your arms out, and your right leg is going to follow. I like to call this the swimming step because it's almost like you're swimming. Notice that my hand isn't all the way spaced out. It's not really tight either, it's just relaxed. So to do that again, you're just swinging your arms out, moving your right leg out, and when you finish that step, your hand should be behind your back. So now we'll move on to the next step. You're gonna take your right arm, you're gonna put your right hand in a fist, you're gonna bring it up. Notice that my arm is not completely straight, it's a little bit bent. And you're gonna take your left hand, you're gonna put it in a fist, and you're gonna put it down. You're gonna lift your left leg up into about a 90-degree angle, and it's gonna be in line with your hip here. And you're just gonna give one chest pop. And you're gonna do that on the other side too. But now we're gonna switch up the hands and the feet. So you're gonna take your left arm, we're gonna put it up, again, have that bend. Right arm will be down this time, your right leg will be up, and you're gonna give a pop. Okay, so we're gonna go from the beginning line. So we're here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. The next part of the song, you'll say the word dekh, and dekh means to look in Hindi. So you are going to do our looking step. You're gonna take your hand this time. My hand is going to be more stripped and straight. You're gonna keep it about right where your eyebrows are, maybe a little bit above that, and you're gonna look forward. Notice that my feet too are still shoulder width apart and we're looking forward and are facing forward. So we're here, 1, you're gonna switch to the right. Notice now that my whole body has shifted to the right. So both of my feet are to the right and my whole body is facing the right. And you're gonna get a little jump. You're gonna swoop down and go to the left. So when you finish that step, your whole body should now be facing the left. Just a few pointers here. You wanna make sure that you're really getting low. That's what's gonna make that step look good. Also, it can be really easy for this hand to start flopping. You want to keep it as stationary as possible. So we're gonna go through those 8 counts again. So let's begin from the beginning again. So we're here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So on the last step, we end with the looking step this way. And from here, you're gonna drop your right hand down flat in front of your chest like this. And you're gonna push it out towards the left while stepping out with your right foot. 1, then you're gonna do the same thing with your left hand to the right side, stepping out with your left foot that way. 2. So together from here, go 1, 2. So push, push, and then you're gonna bring your left hand into a fist and actually pull yourself forward, kind of body rolling into it, like head, chest, and then hips in. And then you're gonna step forward a little with that. So together it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. And then for the next 4 counts, you're just gonna be walking forward straight. Your right hand's gonna come out and your right foot's gonna come out and your right foot's gonna cross over your left. And while you're stepping forward, you're gonna close your fist, kind of like you're turning a doorknob with your right hand. And you're gonna do the same thing with your left hand, with your left foot over your right foot. And when you step with that one, you're gonna close and pull, and then you're actually gonna turn around all the way 360 with that. So what it will look like is 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's try that whole 8 count again. So again, it's from the push push. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
for the last step, we were spinning around in a circle. So you'll be spinning around in a circle, and then you want to end up facing the right side. So with this, you want your right foot to be in the front and your left foot to be in the back. So for this step, you'll be clamping your arms up in this like diagonal, and you want your left hand to be in a fist and your right hand to be holding that fist. So then for this step, you'll be pulling your hand inward to your chest first and then all the way down, and you want to lean back and have your head facing up. So for this step, the lyric is bara, so we're spreading it out by syllables. So it'll look like ba-ra, and so that will be the beat for this step. So then after you do this, you'll end up looking up, and then now you want to face the front. So we'll be doing, for girls, you'll be doing a hair flip, and for guys, you can hold your hand and do a head roll. So it'll look something like this, from right to left. And for guys, it'll look like this, with your hands and your fingers out like this, and then putting it near your ears and doing a head roll. So then after this 4 count, we'll be doing an X with your hands. So you want, first beat, you want your right hand to be in the diagonal, then your left hand to be in a diagonal, and then you'll be kind of breaking this X using your knees. So you'll put your knee up in a 90-degree angle and break the X, and then do the same thing on the other side. So we can put all that together with the counts. It'll look like this. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, so now what you're gonna do is you are going to take your left arm, your hand's gonna be in a fist, and you're gonna put it back. So right by your lower back, stick it to your lower back. Your legs are gonna be about shoulder width apart. You're gonna take your right arm again, your hand is gonna be a fist, and you're just gonna punch down, okay? Then you're gonna roll your right shoulder back. Now notice I didn't come up all the way, I'm still in this squatted position, and that's because we're gonna use the next 2 steps then to get up, okay? So you're here, you're gonna bring your left arm forward, you're going to move your right shoulder up, and you're gonna lean to the right, okay? Then you're gonna move your left shoulder up and lean to the left. So when you're done then, you are punching down 1, 2, bring it forward, 3, 4, and now you're up. So for the next part, the lyric says the word pasina. Pasina means sweat, so you are going to be wiping the sweat off of your forehead. So you're gonna take your hand, notice that my hand this time is a bit looser. It's not, again, not all the way out, not super strict, but we're gonna keep it a little loose and relaxed right by our eyebrows, maybe a little bit above, that's fine too. And you're gonna swipe for 1 count, then you're gonna flick the sweat by your head, 2, 3 is gonna be by your shoulder, 4 is going to be by your hip. So now for the feet and the footwork, you're gonna be positioned diagonally, you're gonna be walking diagonally to the left. So when you swipe your forehead for 1, and right when you flick by your head for 2, your right leg is going to be in front. Then when you flick by your shoulder, you're gonna put your left leg in front. And then when you're flicking down, you're gonna have both of your feet straight. So let's do that 8 count again. So again, we're gonna have that arm back here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
अरे यार कोई एसी चला दो यार।
सही है सही है। बाकी सारी फेक लगे, देख के तुझको ब्रेक लगे, दूर दूर से ठीक है रानी, पास आऊं तो सेक लगे।
पारा इतना हाई हुआ कि थर्मामीटर टूट गया, सैया जी का टपक टपक के हाय पसीना छूट गया।
कैसी गुंडागर्दी है।
Okay, so after the wiping sweat step, we're still facing this way, and our hands are by our side. So what we're going to do is we're going to make our hands fists, and we're going to put our left hand up and our right hand up kind of crossed, and then we're gonna step out. And when we step out, we're stepping out with our right foot, and our right hand comes up vertically to our right side, and our left hand is still pointing in that diagonal on the left. So that's gonna be 1 count, and 1, 2. So there's actually gonna be 2 counts there. 1 when you're preparing, and then 2 when you step out and hold it. So it's gonna be 1, 2, and then from here your left hand is gonna go from the diagonal to a horizontal, still facing in that diagonal direction, and you're gonna punch out straight ahead, above and below it. 3, 4. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4. And when you're punching out, you can actually twist with your right foot as well in the back. 3, 4. So after those 4 counts, your hands are still here and you pull them back, and you're just gonna drop your elbows down and kind of with your fists facing outwards, make a circle and bring your left knee up in a 90-degree angle. 1, 2, and then you drop your foot down and you bring your left hand behind your back, and with your right hand, you're just drawing the infinity signal. 3, 4. And when you do that, you can kind of lean out on, like, again, twist with the opposite foot. So left hand, or right hand to the left with your right foot twisting, right hand, and then left hand to the right with your left foot twisting. So let's go through that whole 8 count again, starting from the hit and then punch, punch. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, so the last step we ended was the infinity sign. So with the infinity sign, you end up with your hand up here, and you want your thumb to be facing your face. So with this next step, we'll be doing a body roll. And so how that will look is you'll be hitting your hand with the fist, and then pulling your head back, then your chest back, and then your hips back. And it'll look like you're kind of sitting in this invisible chair. So, and then when you do this step, you want your left hand to be behind your back. So it'll look like 1 and 2, and then now you'll be going in reverse. So you'll put your hips up, then your chest up, then your head up, and you want to use your hand to kind of punch a wall kind of thing, kind of step. So those 4 counts will look like this. So 1 and 2, 3 and 4. And then after this step, we'll be punching downward first with your right hand, and then you'll be using your left. With the footwork, it'll look like this. Your knees will be going inward, and you'll use the balls of your feet to twist your knees inward. So you want to bend a little bit, kind of like a squat position, and then you'll be twisting your knees in and then in. And you'll be doing this 4 times. So the 4 beats will look like this. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so with all the whole 8 count, it'll look like this. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, so now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your right hand and you're gonna bring it up. I also, if you notice, I swayed a bit to the right. You can sway, or if you like, you can move your hips, you can swing your hips. So you're gonna sway to the right, and when my hand comes up, my fingernails are facing my head. So it's not my fingers, the inner part of my fingers or my hand, it's my nails that are facing my head. You're gonna do the same with your left hand then too. So you're gonna bring up your left hand. Now notice that second time when I did that, I grabbed some of my fingers. Now it doesn't really matter how many fingers you grab. It could be 1, 2, 3, it really doesn't matter. What we're looking for is that stability there, because that's what you're gonna need for the next step. So we're gonna break down that next step. You're gonna pop out your left leg, and you're gonna give us a chest roll from the left to the right. So how that works is you're gonna pop out your chest on the towards the left side. You're gonna move it to the right and bring your shoulders in. So you're gonna pop out to the left, move your chest to the right, and bring your chest in, shoulders come out. Now if you practice that movement, more and more you'll get very comfortable with that movement. I know it can be a little bit daunting and scary at first, but if you break it down to popping out your chest, moving it to the right, and bringing your chest in with your shoulders out, you'll get it. So that's one component. Now if you remember, we had our hands up here, right? So what you're gonna do is move your hands in a clockwise motion above your head. So we're gonna put it together now. you're gonna be moving. So when your chest goes out, your hands are back, and you're moving your chest to here. Now, when your chest is inwards, your hands are in front, okay? Basically, when you're moving, we go again, you've got your shoulders back, hands are back, and when you're moving in front, shoulders are in front, and hands are in front. Then in the song, this goes 1, 2, 3. In this part, you can freestyle it. You can do a trick, you can count 1, 2, 3, you can do whatever you want. You just have to be ready for when the next part of the song starts, and you need to jump on the word bun, okay? So, how you do that jump is you're gonna basically create an X with your arms, left arm over right arm is about chest level, and you're just gonna jump down. And notice that when you jump down, your hands are not gonna go all the way, flopping everywhere. They kind of end right where your hips are at. So 1. So we're gonna go back to the beginning now of this 8 count. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, for this next part, we just ended after the jump, and we're at the chorus now, so we're gonna bring our hands up, and it's gonna be across again, except this time a little higher, and you're actually gonna bend your knees a little. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna bring your right arm that's crossed behind right now, and you're gonna hit to your right while twisting your right foot. Then you're gonna bring it back up, and then hit to your left while twisting your left foot. So again, that's 1, 2. And from here, you're gonna drop both your hands down, still clenched in a fist, and you're gonna just do the same chest roll that Alicia explained. You're gonna do it twice, and you're gonna see if you can do it on different levels as well. So once up here, and again down here. So again, as Alicia explained, it's just out to the right, back, and if you just do it slowly and practice like this over time, you'll be able to do it on the beat as well. So let's do those 4 counts. So again, from here, 1, 2, drop, 3, 4. And from here, you're gonna take your hands and you're gonna swoosh them up to the right, kind of like you're drawing out the Nike swoosh up here. And that's gonna be 1 count, and you're gonna then drop your right hand back down here. And then you're gonna roll them in and kind of roll your body with it as well. Again, like the head, chest, hips. And do that twice. 3, 4, or 7, 8. So for that part, it's gonna be 5, 6, 7, 8. And another thing to note about your feet is when you're stepping back to swoosh, you step back with your right foot. And then when you're bringing your hand down, you don't move your feet. And then when you're rolling back to center, you're actually stepping back with your left foot. Okay, now let's do all those 8 counts we just learned. So from the cross here, ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, we're almost at the end. This is the last 8 count for the dance. So we end like this with our fists in front of our chest. And now we'll be punching for this next step. We'll be punching 3 times. So the first punch will be a right hand, and then it'll be at a 45-degree angle towards the right. Then the next punch will be your left hand, and that'll be straight up. Then the last one will be your right hand at a 45-degree to the left. So then to bring this back in for the next 2 counts, you'll be rotating your hands, like rolling them, and then we'll also be doing a body roll. It's very similar to the one that we previously did, which is like this, and you'll only be doing it halfway. So you'll go back with your head, your chest, then your hips, and you'll be sitting in that invisible chair and do 2 body rolls like that, or 2 hand rolls like that. So we can do that all 4 beats together. It'll look like this. 1 and 2, 3, 4. So then after this, we will be kind of doing a windshield wiper type of step. So you'll be moving your hands to the right, then you'll do a semicircle and put it at the bottom right, and then your feet will kind of be skipping. So you want your right leg to gut onto your toes, and you'll be kicking up and kicking your right leg to the side. So it'll look like this, and you'll be doing that twice. And so together, the step will look like this. 1, 2. And then the last 2 beats, we'll be turning with our left shoulder, and you'll just turn back. You can move your right foot and turn back, and then you'll be walking away for the last 2 beats. So let's put that 8 count together. It'll look like this. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
हुआ कि थर्मामीटर टूट गया सैया जी का टपक टपक के हाय पसीना छूट गया
कैसी गुंडागर्दी है बंदी तू बेदर्दी है सर्दी में भी कर दी है
Thank you guys so much for watching our video. We hope to see you at our clinics and auditions.
कर दी समर तू लंबरगिनी मैं हूँ हमर